Hello everybody and welcome back to Sin City Living. This is Jason bringing you today's episode. So I hope the volume is okay for you guys. Hope it all works. And today I want to talk about why things pay the way they do and the correlation between the payouts and the combinations of the dice, the true odds basically. I want to go over that with you guys. For today's video we're going to focus on this part of the layout. For a further video later on, we're going to focus on the center action and go over that. So let's start out with, we'll say a $10 minimum bet table, okay? Actually no, you know what, let's do a quarter. We'll do a quarter minimum bet table just to make things easier. So we've got a quarter on the pass line. So the first thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about odds. Let's go ahead and do 50 odds. We'll just do straight double, okay? 50 odds back there. Now, odds, we often say, are the best bet in the casino because they pay true odds. There is no house edge whatsoever. So, let's take a look. Let's say a 4 were to be the point, okay? Well, what loses? A 7. So there are 6 ways for a 7 to roll. There are 3 ways for a 4 to roll. So there are 3 ways to win, 6 ways to lose. Divide that by 3, you get 1 to 2. 1 way to win, 2 ways to lose. So every 1 pays 2. In odds, every 1 pays 2. So that 50 would pay you 100. On the 5 and 9, 4 ways to roll a 5 or 9. 6 ways to roll a 7. So you're looking at 2 to 3. Right, so 2 ways to win, 3 ways to lose. Every 2 pays 3. Therefore, that $50 would pay $75. 2 green chips would pay you 3 green chips. So let's look over here. Here you've got 6 ways to roll a 7, 6 ways to lose, 5 ways to roll a 6. So you got 5 ways to win, 6 ways to lose. Now that mirrors over here. 8 is just like the 6, 9 is just like the 5, 10 is just like the 4. So every 5 pays you 6, so that 50 would pay you 60. Back there, true odds. There's no house edge whatsoever. It doesn't favor you, doesn't favor the house. It's just straight true odds. That's why we recommend everybody bet that bet. Now, place bets. Place bets are a little bit different. Actually, before we get into that, let's actually talk about don't pass. So for the don't pass, everything just flips around. Everything just flips around. So now we're going to use 30. Actually, no, we're going to use 60 as an example. Okay. So somebody lays $60. It's just like doing odds. It's called a lay when it's on the don't pass. Somebody lays $60. Where everything flips. So now when you're on the 6 or the 8. The 7 wins. So you have 6 ways to win, 5 ways to lose, because if the 6 or the 8, depending on what the point is, rolls, you lose. So you have 6 ways to win, 5 ways to lose. Therefore, every 6 pays you 5. So 60 would pay you 50. It just flips. So 50 would pay 60 over there, 60 would pay 50 over here. Right here, now we have 3 ways to win, 2 ways to lose. All right? The odds favor you, which is why you bet more to win less. So 60 would pay 40, 3 to 2. And over here, 2 ways to win, 1 way to lose. So now that 60 pays you 30. Okay? We're going to skip the come because it's just a pass line bet all over again. We're not going to talk about the come out rolls. You know, we're talking about why bets pay the way they do. So for the place bets, we're actually going to drop it down to actually, we're just going to do these because, again, they mirror. So these are the odds. This is going to be the place bets, okay? We're going to drop it down to a $5 minimum bet just to make it easy for example. So again, these mirror. So, as we already know, with an 8, you have 6 ways to lose, 5 ways to win. Now, when you get to place bets, you have a house edge built in. So in order to build that house edge in, they have to make it $6. Every $6 is going to pay you 7. So instead of 5 to 6, now it's 6 to 7. That builds in a small house edge. What about the 9? Well, just like the 5, 3 ways to lose, 2 ways to win, right? Technically 4 to 6. So it pays 2 to 3. So here we don't really need to mess around with it because 5 would pay $7.50. The casino keeps that 50 cents. You've got your house edge right there. So every $5 is going to pay you $7. So now we'll look at the 10. So once again, we've got our 2 to 1 advantage. So theoretically, because 1 way to lose, 2 ways to win, or 1 way to win, 2 ways to lose, theoretically it should pay double. So we need to add a house edge in here every 5 will pay you 9. Now, 10% is a pretty steep house edge once you get into once you're getting into place bets. It's the most common bet to roll or to play, which is why the 4 and 10 become buys at a certain point. Some places do quarters, which is why a lot of people have that in their heads. Oh, let me buy the 4, or let me buy the 10. When they mean go to a quarter, in reality, at a lot of casinos, it becomes a buy sooner than that. I work at one place where it becomes a buy at $10. $10 it's a buy. So only the $5 bet would have pay $9. So in reality, for us, it is always a buy because we don't have any table limits below $10. It's never, ever not a buy, except for dealer bets. So once it becomes a buy, now it is paid like odds. So therefore, it pays double. So this 25 would pay. I'm actually not going to pull it in because almost no place pulls it in and puts a buy on it like the old procedures would say. We just know it's a buy. So 25 would pay 50 if it were odds, but there does have to be a house edge. Now again, 10% is kind of steep. How about 5%? 5% is not too shabby at all. So therefore, there is a 5% VIG, 5% commission. So 5% of this would be $1.25. This is what we call a courtesy buy. At this point, we don't round it up, even though almost every other bet in a casino, it would be rounded up. If the player owes us $1.25, we would say give us $2. In this case, it's a courtesy buy, so we're only going to charge them the $1, and then they get their $50. They give us $1, they get 50, or we just pay them $49 to begin with. Don't play unless you're in another state where you don't have any options. When you're in Vegas, if you find one, and I don't know if there are any around, don't play somewhere that charges you the commission up front. Never, ever, ever play that. So, so there we go with the place bets. They have a small house edge. So now let's talk about the final one. Let's talk about the field. So with the field, there are 16 ways to win. There's 16 combinations of the dice that land in the field. There are 20 that lose, 20 numbers that are not in the field. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just between those 4 numbers, you have 20 of the 36 combinations of the dice. So theoretically, 16 to 20. However, by making the 2 pay double and the 12 pay triple, you get a little bit closer to 19 to 20. There's a very, very small house edge on the field. Right, so the field is not as terrible a bet as people make it out to be. My issue with the field is it pays even money, so why would you bet it? Places that pay double on the 12, they're just trying to eke out that little extra bit of house edge. I generally won't play at a place that pays double on the 12, just not my thing. Even though I don't really play the field, if they start trying to eke out that little bit extra house edge when the game already favors the house, like all casino games, the house is going to make their money. So when they're trying to eke out that little bit extra, trying to squeeze a little bit more water out of that stone, I usually will play somewhere else. I'll just choose to go somewhere else because here in Vegas there's a ton of options. So I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at the very least just plain fun. We thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.